What's good, Raider Nation? It's your boy that you love to hate, the loyal to the soil. I'm at work right now, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm driving the van today instead of the big ass bus. The bus, not the bus. I'm driving a van, which feels cool, you feel me? You know, ain't got much going on right now, so I'm over here just chilling, you know, looking at this water, this little lake that, you know, Reno has to offer, you feel me? And it's like raining and snowing out here. So, you know, the weather out here is like shaky and janky, you know what I mean? Anyways, you know, I went off on Carr, what was it, Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. I was so mad and upset at him that I burnt his jersey and I called him a bitch. Maybe I was out of pocket for some of the words I had said about him. But that's how real that a motherfucker can get. You feel me? I was in my feelings and I said what I said. Do I regret saying the things I said? Nah, man, I don't regret a damn thing. Because you know why? We all seen what this man is capable of. And we all seen how his game digressed. You know, nothing about him had improved. Even when Gruden was our coach, his game really didn't improve. He just had receivers like Ruggs that was just a go-getter. You feel me? And what I mean by that is he was a jumper. He was out there to catch them balls, to make a name for himself. But after a while, man, you can't be relying on your receivers to be jumping like that all the time. You have receivers that make Carr look good, not Carr make the receivers look good. All Carr did was just throw those balls to the receiver, and the receiver does the rest. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have Ruggs anymore. We don't have Nelson Aguilar anymore. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the receivers that was willing to put themselves on the line like that. Because you're not gonna always get them type of receivers, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be a great receiver to be making one-handed catches and all that type of shit. If it's in your game, you natural with it, then it's coming with you. And that quarterback is lucky to have you. Well, Carr's been lucky to have receivers like that. And it's just so happening that Devontae Adams is not that type of receiver. He is not the type of receiver that's going to want to risk his body just to make a wonderful highlight reel catch. He's used to having somebody that's able to throw that dart to him and he would catch it. He really didn't have to go up there and do all type of, fancy ballet catches. You know what I'm saying? Like Lynn Swan, from the Steelers. I don't hate him as a human being, and I don't hate him as a player, but it was getting to that point where I was starting to hate him as a player. Because too many fans is riding on him still. thinking that he's going to progress somewhere else. You know, when Carr broke his ankle is when he became the Carr that we have today. We shouldn't have never given him that money, because then maybe he would have played a little bit harder than what he's doing today. Look at Josh Jacobs for an example. My boy came in the league doing the unimaginable. Then he gets hurt. You guys cried, wanting him gone. Some of us Raider fans that really love Jacobs wanting him to stay. And he stayed. And he grind. And he grind. Even though he was hurt, he grind. And he grind. Everybody wanted my boy to get paid. We all want Jacobs to get that lucha. You feel me? Even right now, we want him to get that lucha. But he himself is so humble. He's like, I'm not in it for the lucha like that. If it's going to come, it's going to come. Let my attributes speak for itself. You feel me? That's what he's saying. Let my work speak for itself. Because it's going to come my way. My boy didn't get paid, and he's still grinding. And he's a top 3, top 4 fucking running back in the league. Carr gets hurt, and he gets top-notch dollars. And haven't done shit for us. You guys keep complaining about the coaches that we have gone through. Then you guys want to talk about this was a hit. Well, I mean, this ain't no mob shit. You feel me? This ain't, man, Michael Corleone getting revenge for his father. Quit putting it out there like that. This was a hit. It was a setup just to get Carr up out of there. Really? So, short passes, behind passes, over the head type passes, inaccuracy is a hit job? I mean, are y'all really talking like that? That this was a hit job to get Carr up out of here so we can go get Brady? Like, for real. The thing is that Carr couldn't execute. He couldn't execute the game plan, and he failed. And you guys don't want to see that. You scared to move on. Look how many quarterbacks we done passed on because we kept Carr. Burrow, Herbert, and Blondie that plays for the fucking Jaguars. You feel me? We could have probably had Lamar too. I mean, I might be talking on my ass on that part, but still. We could have probably had the quarterback for the fucking Eagles. I forget his name. You feel me? But we passed on good quarterbacks. Good QBs that are making a name for themselves. That had made a name for themselves in a short period of time. Burrow broke his ankle too. And he's still hustling. But the excuses rain like showers when it comes to Carr. You know what? Dude was good when he was here. He set records. He broke records. He did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He did what was expected from him for being the longest Raider for 9 fucking years. And within them 9 years, we went to 2 playoffs. He didn't play in one, and he played in one, and he choked. But you guys didn't call that bad play calling. You know what I'm saying? Bad play calling when he threw into double coverage. when he could have thrown it to the right and had a wide open either Waller or the fullback that we had at the time. See, the thing is that when you guys have proof in your face, you don't want to see it. It's like you want to hide the evidence and just keep preaching the same old song why we haven't gotten far with Carr. You keep blaming the coaches, man. You can't blame the coaches for everything, man. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I think JMD has improved his game. Yeah, there was some games where, he got outcoached. I'm not going to lie on that. It's his first year. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to work. He's trying to figure out what he can do with his quarterback. He's trying to figure out his quarterback and see what he can do in situation and in moments that we were in when we lost those games. You can't put everything on the coach, man, because you know what? Carr's a 9-year vet, and he never made changes on the front line when he could have. And when he did, he made bad choices when he made those changes. You talking about? Here's the thing. There were so many passes that Carr could have had thrown in that Steelers game. When he was running to the right and Renfro was wide open and he decided to throw it to Waller or Monroe or whatnot, and he went over his hand or some shit like that. Are you guys watching the games is what I want to know. Are y'all watching the games? And if you are watching the games, are you straight? Are you straight? Meaning, you ain't smoking that Huda, the Funky Buddha, and you ain't sipping. You feel me? You ain't sipping on no E&J, no Hen Dog, you know what I'm saying? No brew, Modelo Corona, none of that. The High Life, whatever y'all sipping on. Wine, you know what I mean? Y'all been drinking that wine and smoking them trees. Your head got to be clear when you're watching these games, man. And you can't sit here and be emotional about a fucking quarterback. Like, oh man, that's my quarterback. I'm gonna stick behind him 110%, even though if he fucks up. Then you got dummy lames that come in my comments, or I see in the comments on someone else's page, and I comment them, and then they gonna comment back on me and talk about, oh, so Carr is the defense? Carr does face masks? Come on, man. Let's be realistic over here. You feel me? We know that Carr is the quarterback and the quarterback only, and he plays on offense. You know what I mean? But when it's Carr's chance to execute plays and to prolong drives, that's his job to do that. And of course, this the other player's job to help him execute. But how can the other players help execute when balls are being thrown behind him, throwing short, throwing above him, all that type of shit? This Carr situation has divided the nation so bad that it's ridiculous, that this has never happened. Y'all are so sold on keeping him and afraid of letting him go. That's the problem I have here. And then y'all like, oh, well, we're going to go through another fucking 20 years without getting a good quarterback. That's the gamble y'all have to take. That's the gamble the team has to take. That's a gamble that every team got to take. You can't sit here and run with the same dirty laundry for the rest of your life, right? You got to clean that shit up someday. It was good that bruh broke records and set records, but he also made bad records. He ain't even got a winning season with us. Maybe what, one? And that's when he was with Del Rio. He has no playoffs wins. He has no winning season but one year. Throughout the 9-year tenure he's been with us. And y'all still want him. But you guys cry defense. But you guys cry offensive line. Our defense has been there for us. You can't expect our defense to be top tier in a balanced game today. See, back then, defense won championships. But now, today, modern football, modern world, it's a balanced game. You got to be balanced on both sides of the ball, man. This ain't just a defense or offense win a league anymore. It's not one or the other. You got to be dominant. You got to be balanced on both sides. You don't even need to be dominant. You just got to be balanced. You could be a balanced-ass team and go all the way to the Super Bowl and win. The other team could be dominant on one side and go to the Super Bowl and lose. Today's world, you got to have a mobile quarterback. You got to be able to have that mobile quarterback's got to at least have an arm. And he's got to be accurate. And he's got to have good intangibles. And he's got to be able to know how to read the playbook and know how to read defense. If you don't have a good quarterback like that, that's able to play, even if the offensive line is not top tier offensive line, then your game is whack. I'm sorry to say. They saying the running backs is becoming obsolete bullshit, because if that was the case, then how comes Henry's out there, Jacob is out there, the running back from New York Giants is out there. There's so many running backs out there that's making a name for themselves and showing that we still need running backs in this league. This will never ever become a one-sided game where we just gonna need a quarterback and receivers. We're gonna always need a running back. A running back is gonna always be the piece of that pie or the piece of that puzzle. Because if that was the case, running backs wouldn't even exist today. And I meant what I said about Carr and Jacobs. I'd rather see Jacobs stay and have Carr go than to have my boy go and have Carr stay. You know what I'm saying? And do I think it's a good idea that they bench Carr right now? Yeah, I think it's a good idea, because if he's clout, he's that good clout. You know, like he's the gym that we can sell, make good trades for, and all that. Then so be it. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? That was a good move on JMD's behalf, and Mark. It was a really good move on Mark Davis. Let me tell you why. Because if Carr would have got hurt, we would have been fuck paying him hurt. Guarantee money hurt. Especially when he wasn't even trying. Do I expect Steady to go out there and do the steady shuffle? No. I don't expect him to go out there and make wonders and win us games, especially playing against the Niners. I mean, if Stiddy does his stuck dizzle, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? I give him his kudos. You know? But I ain't going to sit here and say that he's better than Carr. But we don't know what Stiddy's capable of. You feel me? We don't know what the next man is capable of without giving the next man a chance. That's the problem. You feel me? We don't know if Stiddy could be that. He could be that the next quarterback. You gotta understand, man. He's been under McDaniel's system for a good minute, and he's got a laser of an arm, and he's got a quick drop. 1, 2, 3, bam. 1, 2, 3, bam. 1, 2, 3, bam. You feel me? The only thing that he lacks is feeling pressure. Same thing Carr lacks, feeling pressure. But Carr ain't got no laser for an arm. You know what I mean? But all I can say is, if Carr, you gone, I don't hate you, my brother. You know, it was fun while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll have better success somewhere else. But I know deep down here, it ain't going to be peaches and cream like everybody else seems that it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? My name is Loyal to the Soil. And y'all have a happy and safe New Year's. And hopefully 2023 will be much more better for Raiders, for the Raider team, and for the Raider Nation. And hopefully Josh McDaniels will get the respect that he deserves. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he's a badass coach at all. If you've seen him in Denver and you see him right now, you can tell that he has improved his game. You feel me? My name is Loyal to the Soil, and I'm out.